I just saw on CBS 48 Hours tonight. This is 12/5/2015, December. Um, and I saw part of it, and it so touched me because, well, maybe if you can see it, you'll know for yourself. I wanted to go back, though, and what has happened to me, and I wanted to mention the name. I've got a lot of YouTubes up trying to tell my story, Facebook and Instagram. But I wanted to go back because what stands out in my life is there were so few people here that were kind and ethical. I wanted to mention Dr. Jonas Robitscher. He was head of law and psychiatry at EMORY University in Atlanta. And the last book that I believe was published of his was The Power of Psychiatry. I'd written a book about mind control murders. I'd worked for doctors. And he listed the 10 of those cases in the last chapter of his book, The Power of Psychiatry. And I believe it was published in 80. But they killed him. He was murdered. It was made to appear of natural cause. This is what I was writing about in the book, and then he was dead, killed, murdered. I do want to mention this, though. He had several, so this was a prominent man who had written many books and had them published. I want to say this, I never met him, so evidently he knew of me, and I want to thank him for his kindness. And the title of his book pretty much says it, The Power of Psychiatry. And I will mention this. My attorney's name was Eugene Kaiser in Atlanta, and since then I haven't really been able to get an attorney because of what's involved in all this. But Dr. Robitscher sent a patient of his, or a person who had come to him for help, Jean Srokerman. She was suing her psychiatrist, and I'm not going to mention his name. I have, I think, before. But anyway, Dr. Robitscher sent Jean Srokerman to my attorney, Eugene Kaiser, used to be DA, I think I've said that, district attorney for Fulton County, Atlanta. And Jean gave me deposition, that Jean Srokerman, he became her attorney in suing the psychiatrist. And later he handed me the deposition, and he said that the police had come in and took the rest of the files, which was illegal, and didn't bring them back. And this is the former district attorney for Atlanta, Fulton County. So anyway, I mentioned in the book I wrote, and it was never published because I almost was murdered myself. And anyway, Jean Srokerman went to work at Piedmont Hospital. I'm going to tell this much. I've put most of this up. Jean Srokerman went to work for Dr. Hardiman, a psychiatrist at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. And on Christmas Eve, I believe she was Jewish, but she was working there in Dr. Hardiman, a psychiatrist's office, and as receptionist. Somebody come in and blew her apart up against the wall next to the Christmas tree. I was writing about her when I was already doing the book, and Larry Flett was a victim of it. The person that shot him was under mind control to shoot him and kill his attorney. And I want to put this in now. Channel 7 here, I meant to say this earlier. I did put up a video. I don't know if I kept it up, but I started to tell it. Channel 7, when Mr. Flint came to Roanoke, I never knew I was going to be here. I met him. I knew he'd been shot, and the person programmed to shoot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I was living in Marietta doing the book, March the 6th of 78. I knew it was mind control, and later I was flown out to Mr. Flint's, and he did an article in Hustler magazine, April of '84. But anyway, I'm getting lost from what I really, veering off from what I really wanted to say, was I wrote about Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, and that was the campaign I was in when the Russians shot down the KAL passenger plane he was on August the 31st of '83 en route from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. 200 some odd people went down in the plane, and that's how mind control I was trying to write about can make the pilot veering into their airspace or going to the side of the mountain or the ocean. It's that simple. So anyway, I was flown out to Flint's. I've never seen him again, but I didn't know that I was going to end up in Roanoke. Mr. Flint was in Roanoke, and he showed me the galley proofs when I was out there of Jerry Falwell, the parody. And Jerry Falwell sued him in federal court here, and they didn't mention any of the truth. Well, some of it they did, and I want to get to the point. They didn't get into this part of it in the movie, but I did want to say this. Channel 7 here, the CBS affiliate, did, one of their people told me, so this has been some years ago, that when Flint was here, that they took photographs of his leg moving. Now, I was out at Flint's, and I thought that was Mr. Flint. And it may have been. It's a sad thing to have to live that way. I know my life has been hell with what they've done to me, but I can imagine the hell he's gone through if that's Mr. Flint. It's my understanding he died. NBC years ago told me they took photographs of him after the Magnum. He'd been shot with a Magnum, and he was on the sidewalk, and his insides were out, so they didn't see how he could live. And anyway, Channel 7, the person from Channel 7 told me that they had filmed his leg moving when he was here in court when Jerry Falwell sued him in court for the parody, libel. And they said that they were trying to get it put on the air, but they couldn't. And they didn't want the film destroyed, and I guess they were getting, I've forgotten now about what was going on about destroying it. Anyway, they tried to get it across to West Virginia for some reason. Well, it was taken and destroyed according to them. So anyway, I'm going to leave you at that. Your media doesn't tell you the truth, but when I've approached people one-on-one, and I've always had to back me up, and they knew it anyway. They really did. They didn't want to help. One of the FBI agents, I'm going to mention him again, Noe, when I still had the Hustler car leased by Larry Flint, in 1984, 85, I'd turned the car in then in 85, but Noe was a retired FBI agent, and he retired. Oddly enough, I remember meeting him with my husband. He worked with my husband at Brown Engineering. I didn't remember it at first, but he's up there in Grottos, and I'm up there, and he's supposed to retire. He'd come in and get gas. I was pumping gas with a Hustler car parked around back, in where I was living. And he told me, he said, they've made it so ludicrous, he's talking about the FBI, that everybody knows you're telling the truth. It gives them a chance to help you or walk away. Well, they walked away. They not only walked away, most of them, well, you can guess.